All right, boys. So it's gonna be a real quick video. I watched a little bit of it so I could peep and make sure it was what it said on the title. But apparently, this ex-transgender person wishes they didn't make the mistake that they did of permanently damaging their body to the point where even if they wanted to fully transition back into the gender they were originally, they no longer can because they've permanently affected their bodies to the point where it's like, now they're kind of stuck in a sort of sense, even though now they identify as a woman again, which, I have always thought that if you're making decisions like this, that you don't have enough, and this is not everyone. I'm not speaking for everyone, but this is how I feel. You don't have necessarily the self-love, the self-confidence, you don't have enough self-love in you, and you're not in the right mindset because these type of thoughts are not normal. Now, not normal doesn't mean not good or that you shouldn't act on these thoughts. But apparently this person was pretty old by the time they decided they were going to make this decision. And the reason why I kind of want to discuss this is because nowadays there's children, bruh, 15, 16, 14, these kids are trying to decide, you know what? I'm a woman or I am a man now, and I want to completely transition over to the other gender. And they don't even give it a second thought, or maybe they do, and they're like, oh, I'm never going to change. But it happens. And, I don't want to call it a mental issue, but I feel like you might have something mentally going on with you if you decide to act on this and you don't really think about it and you don't really think of the consequences and you don't really, because you're trying to make changes now instead of trying to improve what might be going on in your head mentally or doing something positively besides, because I feel like being a transgender, like you could be a transgender and switch to the other gender, right? As long as you keep everything for right. But when you get to that point where you're gonna start actually mutilating yourself and stuff like that, to the point where you will transition completely to the next, to the other gender, and you start taking hormones and stuff like that, that's when it becomes serious, because at this point it's life altering. And I feel like people should watch this video that I'm reacting to, and I'll leave a link to the description below, because I feel, even though I haven't watched the whole thing, that I think that this person's going to speak some truths, and I think they're going to speak some stuff in what I kind of believe, and this is coming from the source itself, so you cannot hate me. I'm just going to be reacting to what I think about it. So without further ado, let's just get into it. I'm not trying to waste no more time. Straight into that.
Hi Sinead, we are at the 2022 LGB Alliance Conference. You spoke last year. That was the first time that I became aware of your story.
You know what, bro? Not gonna lie to you. Kind of looks feminine. Like, even though, it was born a woman and then became a trans man. Like, it is not, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you could read from the title below, I wish I could feel my chest, obviously, like, just like basically just remove the, the badonkadonks, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, from the face, I mean, no, I'm just playing, but like, all I'm gonna say is, dude, when you do all that stuff, it's gonna affect everything. It's gonna affect everything. Like, hopefully Quinn don't do nothing, like Quinn Parker, I don't know what he calls himself now, because I really do like their music. But I wish they don't do something like that, because, bro, like, your music's fire, man. Your music's fire. Don't do it.
Details about how your life transitioning and detransitioning and how the challenges that you faced and continue to face. I want to introduce you to an American audience who may not have heard of you. So you're from Glasgow, Scotland, and you went through an experience of cross-sex hormones, testosterone, as well as surgery. Mm-hmm. At what age did you begin to medically transition?
So I was an adult transitioner, so I didn't actually start the medical process until I was 24.
24, bro. 24 years old. 24. You've had many years to decide you're going to do this. You know, maybe you were already like transitioned. You've already transitioned and you know, you feel like you're something different. But when you actually decide, you know what, let's take it to the next step, that you know what I'm saying, uh where you actually start, you know, altering your body completely, your vocal cords, your muscles, the way your certain organs work now, the way your brain thinks now, the way, you know, your body just works in general is gonna change. And you might not be able to regain the same things you once had. You feel me? If you ever wanted to come back to it. Uh, you know, I can't relate because, you know, I've never had thoughts about, yo, yeah, what if I was, because like I don't know, like I've never been in these people's mindset of where they're like, you know what, screw this, man, I can't live another day without saying I was born a female or whatever, and I can't, bro. I'm a man. I was supposed to be born a man. Like I don't know, but I feel like, me personally, that's not normal. And I feel like, you know, as much as people like to sugarcoat it, like, you know, there really should be help and stuff like this for people, because we want to talk about mental health, right? We want to talk about getting people mental health, but we don't want to give mental health to the people that actually need it, like seriously need it. So I don't know, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm saying not everyone will need it. But if a 24-year-old decided they wanted to do what they wanted, what they did, and then it just didn't work out for them and they didn't like it and they tried to go back and now they can't, and now they're living their life, not, I guess not with regret, but like more of like, man, like I wish I just didn't do this and that, you know. Now they gotta live with the choices that they made, you know. They gotta play with the cards they've been dealt, that they themselves dealt to themselves. But you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, just I don't know. Let's just keep hearing. Let's hearing this.
Could not live your life as a woman you are.
Like, bro, like this is what I'm trying to like, and this is what I'm like. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, she, and I'm not gonna refer to this as she no more. Like, oh my god, yo. Okay, let's just refer to her right now because I'm not talking about this person. This person right here looked pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it was a thing with like, you know, her own self, or like maybe like maybe she tried to feel accepted by the other gender and like she felt like she couldn't because, you know, or maybe she just didn't feel comfortable with her own gender with other women. I don't know, but like I feel like there's got to be something here. Like clearly, like, bro, like you had no reason to operate, bro. Zero.
I was very bitter. I was very resentful. I didn't like being a woman. I didn't like being perceived as a woman. I absolutely despised my body, and
how can you hate that, bro? I'm not gonna lie to you. Not swole, but you posted like you was finna be swole. Like, boy got built. But nah, yeah. Nah, I don't understand, bro, because you look fine right here. Like, I don't understand.
Under the impression that if I were to, quote, become a man, that the problems and the self-hatred that I felt would disappear.
And did it?
I think I convinced myself for a couple of years that it did. Because I was a female taking testosterone, I got a lot more energy. I felt that I could do more. I was more motivated. So I did feel, if we were having this conversation in 2015, I would tell you that transition saved my life, because I believed that. But you can only pretend for so long, and all the problems that I was running from.
Bro, that is so true. But look, this not only applies to trans people, like this not only applies to people like the person right here. This applies to everybody, man. Everybody be doing that. Like, think about it. People would rather pretend that something they're doing is actually positively affecting their life, rather than like, so basically what I'm saying is people would rather like circumnavigate around the problem than to actually address the problem head on and try to do something about it. In a weird way, it's kind of like the opposite of how you like normally you do it, right? Like if you're depressed or something, and I've never been depressed or anything, but like I've been watching doctors, say stuff about like, just because you're clinically described as, or whatever, if they say you're clinically depressed, that doesn't mean that you should be depressed. Like, oh, now I'm depressed, now it's my lifestyle. For this person, it might have been like, oh, I don't feel like a woman no more. I guess I'm going to be a man, and I'm going to live my life like a man, and then I'm going to turn into a man. And then, and I don't know what kind of demons they may or may not have had in their head, but like, I feel like, I don't know, like therapy or something, you know what I'm saying? Some sort of pills. And I hate talking about drugs, and I hate how, but sometimes you might need it, like I've never needed medicine to make me feel a certain type of way, but for other people, they might need the extra help, the extra boost from the medications. So yeah, just something to keep thought about,
With transition, we're still there. And so,
and you heard what they said? When they transitioned, and then when they fully made the transition, they still felt like the same person. They still had the same problems. It's not like when you transition, you become a whole new person, because you're still carrying over that past to the future, to the present, like right now to you. It's not like you're starting a whole new life, like you just became reborn. It's not like where you get baptized and you have a brand new, I don't even know what they call it over there, but like essentially basically what they're trying to say, you know what I'm saying?
With cross-sex hormones, even with the surgery, I was still very, very much struggling with self-hatred, and I'm afraid that cutting your breasts off doesn't really...
Struggling with self-hatred, bro. Self-hatred can be such a strong thing. Some people use self-hatred to fuel them. Others, it just sinks them further and further and further into their, their emotions and their, how they feel, especially when others put doubts into your head, or you yourself seeing things that influence you, that put doubts in your head about yourself, or maybe make you hate yourself, or maybe something along those lines. And I feel like this is just one of those people where they got caught up in that, and they instead of, they probably couldn't see the problem, and they thought that, instead of just confronting it, I could probably just erase it altogether by copy and pasting my build, but just altering it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It don't work like that. It don't work like that, because it's not like you get a whole new brain. Really, you don't really get a whole new body. You just get the help necessary to transition, if you so choose to be asking for that help.
Move that.
So, as I'm speaking with you, I can hear that your voice has changed.
Hell yeah, boy, deep.
Or you have a deep voice. I don't know what you sounded like before. Can you outline the ways that you've been permanently physically changed?
So with cross-sex hormones, some of the permanent changes would be, like you mentioned, my voice.
Wow, bruh. This is how they looked afterwards. I'm not gonna lie to you. You kind of look like Tiger Uppercut Media. I'm not gonna lie. You look like a mix between Markiplier and Tiger Uppercut Media. I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. Chopped. But okay, all right. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not gonna make fun of. Honestly, you pulled it off though. The look, you did pull it off, but like, you look better here because it's like natural. I don't know, bro. I'm a hater for fake stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I guess, I don't know. I don't know.
Developed an Adam's apple.
Yeah.
My vocal cords have thickened. I suffered
can't do
some
nothing
head hair
about that.
loss. Lots of body hair growth. Taking the testosterone for as long as I did, which was just over 4.5 years, has led to bladder problems.
Still looks like a female. Though.
And obviously the surgery
Yeah,
is
picture.
irreversible, so I'm almost completely numb on my chest area.
Wow.
You had your
that's
breasts
horrible.
removed.
Yeah,
That's horrible. Like, because think about it also. If you do that, you literally can never build muscle there again. Like, essentially, you really can't. Like, if you wanted to bodybuild, you really couldn't. Like, it would be very hard to do so. As opposed to just keeping your normal body and just, you know what I'm saying, doing what you got to do. But, yeah, wow. Because, oh, yeah, man, I don't know, man.
I got a double mastectomy when I was 26.
Wow.
What was that? Was there a single moment that you realized I made a grave mistake?
I wouldn't say there was a single moment. It was a progression of realizations that when I first started the cross-sex hormones and the depression was still there, I thought it's because I haven't transitioned enough, so I'll get the surgery. And then I got the double mastectomy and the depression and self-hatred was still there. So I thought, okay, I'll get the hysterectomy and then I'll get the phalloplasty and I'll get everything that I need to get.
Okay.
But fortunately for me, after the double mastectomy, I kind of had that realization where I was like, what if I do go the full way and I still hate myself like this? I didn't need hormones or surgery, I needed therapy.
What is your message to young people, children, youth who maybe feel how you at that point felt?
Changing your body doesn't address the mental distress you're feeling. You may have all kinds of other comorbid conditions. You might be suffering, maybe you're traumatized. Whatever your issue is, cutting your body up is not going to solve that. And if you really truly think that transitioning and changing yourself and taking cross-sex hormones and surgeries, which have a whole line of risks with them, is going to make you mentally happy, you're deluding yourself. And it's cruel.
Wow.
And how do you respond to those who say, well,
That is insane. It's kind of like it's kind of like having a mountain next to an ocean, you know what I'm saying? Right next to the ocean. Every time the tides come through, every time it keeps chipping away very slowly at the rocks, very slowly at the mountain. But in a long time from now, that mountain will be reduced to nothing but a couple pebbles, or nothing but, you know, some rocks you see on by the seashore, or the seashore. And you're gonna be like, wow, there used to be a mountain there. Literally just like described it to a T how I felt. This is coming from them, bruh. The people who've done it. I'm pretty sure there are trans people right now who feel the same way as, you know, the person that is speaking in this video right now, but they cannot, and they want to go back, but they're afraid to because it's basically already too late. But I'm not gonna lie to you. This person seems to have like accepted it and just moved on and went back, and like honestly, like good for them, because at the end of the day, it's whatever makes you feel happy, and it should be the least stressful thing that you should be doing. You know, you shouldn't be stressed out trying to figure out what you want to do in life, especially when it comes to like stuff like gender and stuff like that. But I mean, it also comes with a big risk. And let me just see what else you want.
some of the stuff is reversible? You can change your mind.
I wish it was reversible.
Wow.
I wish that I could have my voice back. I wish that I could feel my chest. I wish that I didn't have bladder problems. I wish that everything that transition did to me was reversible, but I am living proof that that's not true.
Thank you very much for your time.
Wow. It's just, it sucks too because
And all
this person's really smart. I think they explain their thoughts and opinions on their whole situation, their whole life experience. They had a lot of time to think about it and put in the good words in 5 minutes. And I mean, it's there, right there, living proof. We got proof, bruh. Y'all really need to think before you do something that you know you know, if you still like, okay, because you could transition, right? Let's say you just transition normally, you got no problems or whatever. Fine, that's acceptable. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna regret ever becoming transgender. You're not gonna want to become an ex-trans unless for some reason you just, I don't know, whatever reason you may have. But if you have like the doubts and the sorrow and like, you know, maybe if I do this I'll feel better and this and that, and you know, you still have all these mental problems. It's not, you can't, it's not like swallowing a magic pill. It's not going to solve your problems instantly. It could be the solution, but most of the time it could also be fueling the fire even more, so to say. I just hope that if you do make a decision like this, that you know, are okay and willing to accept what's gonna happen if you ever decide you want to go back, or if you're already dealing with this right now, then, you know, figuring out what you want to do for the rest of your life, whether you want to carry out with the actions you've made or reverse it and then just try to accept what you've done. And because this is like heartbreaking, bro. Like, I wish these people could go back to how they were, completely normal, fine, but that the decisions they made, especially for this person in their 20s, imagine what will happen if you do this when you're very young, 15, 16, 17, 14, 18. Like, y'all have so much more time left to think in your life, to think about what you want to do before you actually do it. Especially with something as big as this, because if you do something like this, it's gonna live with you for the rest of your life. And this person is living, breathing proof. So I just want to get y'all's thoughts and opinions on this. Am I wrong for saying what I think I feel? Is this person wrong for thinking how they feel? This is coming straight from the source, and they just put it perfectly, plain and simple. I agree with them. Would love to see y'all thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. And if you hate me, dislike the video. Thank you so much. JK. No, but seriously, guys, I've been very busy, and that's all I'm gonna say. But I'm gonna drop more videos, so if y'all like it, let me know. It's gonna fuel me. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. You know, procrastinating. I'm gonna start getting back into it. So thank y'all for watching. Bye. Peace.